Hello everyone, it's Maive. Welcome back to my channel for another polymer clay tutorial. But today is not just about polymer clay because apart from mini succulents, we'll be making a converted ladder shelving unit using wooden coffee stirrers and lolly sticks. I'll leave links to some materials in the description. I first made a template of the shelving unit and I'm going to be using wooden coffee stirrers for the legs and jumbo lolly sticks measuring 2 centimeters wide for the shelves. Use the template as a guide to measure the length of the coffee stirrers and you'll need 4 in total. Now you want to measure the top shelf and trim the excess. File the edges and then trim and file the legs as well. So now you should have 4 legs and the top shelf. Next I'll be using Aleene's tacky glue to join the legs and the shelf, and I'll be gluing the legs on the outside of the shelf so I don't have to alter the width of the rest of the shelves. When the first couple are dry, repeat on the other side. I placed a block of clay underneath so that they didn't collapse. When all the legs are dry, use a pen to mark where you want the shelves to be. Before adding the shelves, I extended them all by ½ centimeter on each side. Then you want to measure each one, get rid of the excess and sand them. Once you've done that, you can add the shelves starting from the top. Next I glued coffee stirrers measuring 2 centimeters in between the legs and underneath the shelves because that's where the steps of the ladder would have been. I also glued coffee stirrers around the top to make a little basket. Once the glue is completely dry, you can go ahead and sand it and paint it any color you want. If you'd like your shelves to have a glossy finish, you can varnish them. To make some of the plant pots, I'll be using Fimo and Primo Granite Effect polymer clay in different colors because I've had them for ages and I wanted to finally try them out and see what they look like once baked. So to start with, I cut lots of cylinders from brown polymer clay to make the inside of the pots. And you can make these in any shape and size you want. Next you want to wrap the brown clay in a strip of clay that's just a little taller. The end of the strip will eventually touch the clay underneath, leaving a line, so that's where you'll have to trim it. Now you can make as many pots as you want and bake them for 10 minutes at 110 degrees Celsius. Add a little Fimo liquid on one end and fill it with matching polymer clay, then bake again for 10 minutes. If you have any gaps in the pots, patch them up with a little clay. To make a simple snake plant, I rolled out a snake of green clay, cut it into different lengths and then hollowed it out against my finger using a bowl tool, which at the same time adds texture to the back. Then you want to place them in a pot, bonding with Fimo liquid. For a second type, which I'm not really sure what it's called, I cut out lots of green triangles and place them on the pot, starting from the outer edge. For a third one, I mixed light blue and green clay to get that minty colour, then rolled lots of tiny balls into teardrops. Using a pointy rubber tool, I flattened them slightly, then placed them all in the pot right next to each other, also starting from the outer edge. To make a simple cactus, I placed a ball of green clay in a pot, bonding with Fimo liquid, and using a flat rubber tool, I gave the clay shape. I made 4 intersecting lines so that the cactus had 8 sections in total, a bit like slicing a pizza, then added texture with a toothbrush. For the next cactus, I did the same thing, only I skipped the lines and just added texture with a toothbrush. Then added a small speck of pink clay so that it looked like a little flower. For another variety, you can also blend small balls of green clay on the cactus and texture them as before. Once you've made all your plants in all the different colours, you can bake them for 30 minutes at 110 degrees Celsius. To paint them, I used acrylic paint, and starting from the snake plant because I made 2, I painted one a darker green, then dry brushed a little white for highlights and texture. Then I dry brushed some green again so that the white wasn't that bright. I shaded the cactus with dark green paint and used white for highlights. I highlighted the cactus with the flower too, but I used yellow instead. I shaded the cactus with the 2 babies with dark green paint. I highlighted the minty plant with a lavender colour and another one with pink. And because I made the same style plant in other colours, I highlighted them with different colours as well. To shape the plant made with triangles, I used dark green paint, then quickly brushed light green on top for highlights. And on the purple one I made in the same style, I used dark purple to shade it and lavender to neaten it up. As for the pots, I painted some of them with gold alcohol ink. I either covered them all or painted a strip or section of the pot for a more modern look. When the paint is dry, you can glaze them with either gloss or matte water-based varnish. If you liked this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Maive. I make videos like this every week, so go ahead and subscribe so you never ever miss any of my uploads. If you recreate this converted ladder or any of the plants, please share them with me using the hashtag Maive Ferrando on Instagram. I love to see what you guys make following my tutorials. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a crafty weekend and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Ciao ciao!